Hello everyone, I'll be teaching about the queue implementation now. So basically, I think you know what is queue, right? So it is based on the uh, it is based on the first and first out principle, and I have also put various videos about that in my YouTube channel previously about with array and C. So if you have any doubt, you can watch that also. So I'll be just teaching the implementation of that in Java. So let's get started. Class. First, you'll be creating a class queue. So in that class queue, you will be assigning the array, and you'll be having the two variables, which is the friend and the size, and the rear, which is the last element which will be tracing. And in that we'll be having a constructor called queue, and in that we'll be passing a variable called size, where we'll be assigning the size of the array here, like queue here, and then like for the array elements we'll be adding the array as new array of 5, or like array of size, because we'll be having the size here, right? So I'll be putting the size there, and after that what will be happening is that um, we'll be assigning the values of the front is equal to 0, like basically the starting index, and the rear means the ending index, and we'll be assigning it as -1 for now, because since we have the array empty right now. So what we'll be doing is that, then the next thing is that yeah, everything is fine, right? Size is fine, array is fine, so everything you have initialized. So let's go to the main like next function, which is called the void in queue, which is adding the element in the queue. So we'll be giving the element right into value, so we'll be passing that element in here. So what we'll be doing is that, first if rear equal to size -1, which is the last element with like which means that it reached the maximum element, system.out.print no space. And the next thing is that else part will be incrementing the rear value, and will be adding the element in the rear. That is all. I hope you understand this. It is a very simple concept. We are increasing and just adding. So the next part is void queue. We are removing the element from the array. So what we'll be doing is that, if rear equal to -1, which is the array is empty, like which is the queue is empty, print that queue is empty. That is all, and I have to return -1, and you'll be breaking here itself, right? So the next thing is that else part. What you'll be doing is that you will be increasing the value of the friends, that removes the first element. First you have to assign the value friend, and just for printing the value here, the value is print here. So what the other part is that if the friend is greater than rear, which means if there is no element and the like queue is empty, what we'll be doing is that we'll be reassigning the values, and the rear equal to -1, just because it fails if this condition is not given. And what we'll be doing is that, so it will continuously tend to like remove the elements even though the elements is not present. So this will be running in loop. So it is so to remove that we'll be using this step, and then we'll be removing the values. Return value, right? So we're using in there, and then what we'll be doing is that removing the peak element, like giving the peak element, right? So what we'll be doing is that we'll be identifying the peak element as front of 0, right? If rear minus 1 q empty. So rather than putting this, I'll be defining a function here. Like after this, I'll be showing you what it is actually meaning. Wait, so what I'll be doing is that uh, int value is equal to array of friend system.out.print of friend, right? So now what I'll be doing is that I'll be defining a function called what I'll be doing is that return if the string is like if the queue is empty, which means rear equal to minus 1, or rear like front is greater than rear. Here instead of putting this, you can use this empty itself here also. So now what we'll be doing is that we'll be using white display here. What it does is that we'll be displaying the elements in here, right? So just copy paste this, so we'll be using this, sorry. And then what we'll be doing is that there's part it doesn't, right? So returning minus 1 is also end, so I'll be returning the value. It'll be like peak element is right. So after this what will be in the else part is that I equal to front while is not equal to rear I plus plus that is all. So everything is fine, right? So we'll be printing the values right now. Q is the class which we'll be using element 5 q and q 1 of nq of 2 dot nq of 3 or for anything. So dot dq dot display right. So q dot peak right, q dot display system dot out dot print of dot the peak. What we'll be doing now is that println, so we'll be copying this So we'll be putting the display here also, just that to understand what is happening. That is all. So everything is perfect. We'll be running the code. New int of line 18. Everything is fine, right? Like here is equal to, we are having int size only, right? So everything is fine, and rear is also fine. Rear is also is an int. Wait, boolean is empty only. Keyword is empty only. Let me remove this. And check it. So basically everything perfectly worked, and weak element is 22. Sorry. In this I have to put is empty. I think that is the worst thing which I have did here. So mostly that output would also be because of that. So let me check it again. Actually putting else here, right? I think it should be fine. Yeah, it is fine right now. So because of this part of there, it is showing error. So this is the final code for why is that Q. I hope it is understandable. So thank you. I hope everything is understood, right? Like the algorithm of Q, if it is known to you and everything is known to you, it is pretty much super easy. So we can just go through this if wanted, like just work on it. It's just so simple and easy. So thank you.